Right? I'm your girlfriend! Guys, look, he is charging me taxi prices. Look, he's using an actual taxi meter. Turn it off! I'm
Look
your
at the gas
girlfriend!
prices and tell me this isn't fair!
Why can't she believe it? She thinks because she gives him sex, she can get everything else for free. When will modern women understand that they turned themselves into sexual objects years ago?
Tell him to go away. Ed! Ed! Tell him.
You see, for a long time we entertained women's BS purely because they are women, and there's only one thing they could offer, intercourse. But now things have changed. We have come a long way.
Wait, we didn't do body count.
I have 1,100. That's, I think, more than last time.
Wait, Andrew, why are you making that face, Andrew?
Andrew, I've been doing this for 10 years. His eyes.
Say it again, Lawrence.
I have
I don't think he
1,100.
heard you. Say it one more time.
1,101.
Here's what's crazy. At the beginning of the show, she said that over 100 people from the podcast
They
got
see
her services.
Yeah, they're like, I saw whatever. And I was like, cool.
This woman tells it all. They decided to make it free and accessible to anyone, and to some extent anything that wants it. There are toys that have slept with more women than any man has.
5 celebrities who worked as strippers, the last performing nude number 5, Cardi B. Before topping the charts, Cardi B worked as a stripper in New York. She's spoken openly about dancing fully topless on stage, calling it survival, not scandal. The confidence carried over. Number 4, Amber Rose. Amber Rose worked in strip clubs before becoming a pop culture figure. She's admitted to nude performances early on, saying it gave her independence and thick skin fast. Number 3, Black China. Black China was a stripper before fame, performing in adult clubs under a stage name. Her routines were bold and unapologetic, a preview of her later persona. Number 2, Nene Leakes. Long before reality TV, Nene Leakes danced in clubs to pay the bills. She later joked that stripping taught her confidence and how to command a room. Number 1, Lady Gaga. Before global fame, Lady Gaga performed in underground clubs with burlesque-style routines, including near-nude appearances. It wasn't shock, it was art and ambition.
These women had all the money and the opportunities in the world, but they chose to use their bodies to please men and make money out of it. Just think about that. In their heads, they are nothing more than sexual objects.
How many girls right now that know definitely OnlyFans is the wrong thing to do, but girls are very influenced by other girls easily and they still do it. They know it's wrong. Deep inside, every girl, they know it's wrong, right? And then for somehow, like one thing about girls as well, I'm not trying to be rude, but like one thing about girls as well is, if a girl dresses up, puts her makeup on, and goes out, right? She convinces herself that the universe has to owe her everything. That she's a most perfect looking person.
This is the reason we say women are group thinkers like sheep. They know it's wrong, but out of peer pressure, and because they want to fit in, they end up putting up the one thing men value so much for everyone to have.
It was not like this in the 1950s. People got married and they stayed married, but when the hookup culture and the sexual liberation movement introduced by feminism came in the 1960s, everything just was destroyed. Like, if you look up the statistics, your best bet at not getting divorced is marrying a virgin. Okay?
Sure.
Only 5% of virgins get divorced. But the hookup culture and the sexual revolution is what screwed up this country and the society. Before all of this, people got married to the first person they had sex with.
We used to value women. We worked so hard to marry and have a family and provide for them. That was all based on the assumption that women respected their bodies. They only slept with one man for eternity.
Here's the advantages of marrying a virgin, just to kind of show you what you've missed. Number 1, her body is untouched. Number 2, you can mold her into your liking. And I'm not saying manipulate. Remember, you don't get the woman you deserve. You get the woman that you create. Number 3, there's less of a chance for her to cheat. When she has ridden other eggplants, she knows what it's like to have other eggplants. Number 4, there's the higher possibility for a successful marriage if you marry a virgin. And number 5, you know her past, which is non-existent. Now, what about the whole virgin part? It's like buying a car. You're probably not going to find a car with 0 miles. Every car that you can afford, think about it, Every car that you can afford has been driven by another person. And that statement has nothing to do with cars.
These advantages were the reasons we went to war to defend women and children. The women were pure, and therefore the children were also pure as an extension of their mother's behavior.
Girls want to sleep around in their 20s and then at 30 run to a man. And but you've lost the things that men value by the time you're 30. You're no longer pure. You're no longer youthful. And so men are kind of tired of it, because what happens is they'll date the bad boys, the rappers, whatever, in their 20s. And then they hit 30. One guy thinks like this is his lucky ticket. This girl's super into him, but she just wants kids. And like she really feels like she settled for him. She gets the kids and then half the time leaves.
That is on point. Women clearly know the value of sex to men, but they decided to give it out for free to anyone who comes asking. Now when they are old, and they are the leftovers, there's nothing left for a man to work hard for.
Women that sleep around the most that will say men are trash. But the women in healthy relationships are not usually the ones saying that. So if this formula is working, why are you allowing trash to enter your vagina?
They have ruined their bodies so much. We no longer see them as people worth sacrificing for. We look at them like some used up, dirty and sick objects. And it's all their fault. They made those choices.
Sleeping around with people is like you plugging your phone to different laptops and picking up all their corrupted files and all their viruses. When you let your body be exploited by so many people, you are downloading from these people and picking up all their energies, their traumas, their past experiences. Why? Why would I do that to myself? And that's why they say in spirituality, your body is your temple, you know? You have to protect it. You have to preserve it until you give it to the right person that deserves it. And then that divine energy between two people takes you to the next level.
Because they are not realistic. They think and act based on emotions. They sleep with a random person because of the vibe. Unfortunately for them, consequences don't care about your feelings.
Question for the men. Why is it that men nowadays don't approach women in public anymore? I feel like back in the day, it was so common for men to walk up to women, have a little conversation, maybe ask them out on a date. But nowadays, that does not seem to be a thing anymore. Why?
The past is gone. We are in a future, and the women we have took what we valued in them and ruined it. On top of that, they added trauma, baggage, and infections. That is why we are walking away.
California, Texas, New York, Florida, and Georgia. Those are the states with the highest cases of STDs reported according to the CDC. And these are all results from its sexual transmitted disease surveillance report. It states that over 2.4 million combined STD cases are reported in the US every year. Hold up, but what are the states with the lowest rates? Well, Idaho, Wyoming, Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire. But it's time to get specific. Let's talk about syphilis. Between 2020 and 2021, cases rose by 32%. Experts are showing specific concern about congenital syphilis. That means when the mother has the disease, she's pregnant and she transfers that disease to her baby, often causing the baby's death. Rankings place the state of Nevada at the top in number of syphilis cases, with 24.9 cases reported over 100,000 people, following by Mississippi, Alaska, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. Moving on to HIV, New York remains the state with the highest rates. In terms of chlamydia and gonorrhea, southern states are the most affected. In fact, 7 out of 10 states with the highest STD rates are in the South. Overall, the CDC indicates that STDs are disproportionately reported in people under 25 years of age, those who are part of an ethnic or racial minority group, or gay and bisexual men. But it's important to take into account when looking at these numbers that the COVID-19 pandemic may have influenced and affected the tally rates in this report. Now to the most important thing. If you are sexually active, it is highly recommended that you get tested for STDs and STIs. This is crucial if you are between 15 and 24 years of age, because this is the group that accounts for almost half of the cases of STDs reported every year. What do you think about these findings? Have you gotten tested before? Let me know in the comments. I'm Catalina Perez de Armiñan. Follow me to stay informed.
Now STDs are rising in the West, and there is only one gender to blame, women. 1 in 3 men is a virgin in most Western countries, so it's not the men spreading these diseases. With all those factors in play, we are taking a step back.
Question for the men. Why is it that nowadays men don't seem to approach women in public anymore? Because I feel like back in the day, early 2000s, maybe the 90s, it was so common for men to just walk up to women and start a conversation, maybe ask them out on a date, you know? But nowadays, I don't see that happening anymore at all. What's going on? Like, why is this happening?
Why would we? What do they have that is so useful? They used to say we MWN want only one thing, sex. Now they have ruined that thing. They have filled it with trauma, abortions and diseases. Nothing good in there.
We are losing men to peace. We are losing men to ourselves. Men no longer prioritize women. The man at peace is an unbuyable man. Some women are still thinking that men are in that scenario of chasing after, calling, despairing for the lack of a woman, for her absence, when in reality, today's man, he is increasingly valued. He understood that a woman is not the center of his life, that a woman is not the most important thing in the world. It is perfectly possible to live without one. Today's high-value man, he seeks to make money. He seeks to do business. He seeks to grow, to develop himself. He removed women from his focus. Today's man, he realized that his peace is worth more. There is no relationship that can buy his peace. Today's man, he is unbuyable. He is non-negotiable. The peace he chose for his life has become non-negotiable. If you are a woman and are waiting for a man to venerate you, a man to idolize you, a man to dote on you, I'm very sorry, but perhaps that won't happen. Because the more time passes, the more we have seen that today's generation of men is not like the generation of old. And it is we women who have been losing high-value men, serious men, hardworking men, dedicated men.
It's not that we substituted women for peace. They turned themselves to chaotic, useless women. All they have been doing for the last 20 years is destroying what we have built for so long. It's impossible to be at peace and be with them. We are choosing peace.
Guys, you cannot fix a woman who thrives on chaos. And it's really tempting to want to be someone's savior or to fall in love with their potential. But guys, if a woman is constantly creating drama, she constantly self-sabotages, she cycles through emotional highs and lows, then it is not your battle to fight. And the truth is, love doesn't heal somebody who refuses to do the work themselves.
Yes, these women thrive in chaos, and they have completely refused to change a thing about it, all because they know that we men want sex, and for that reason, we will have to deal with them. We are not interested in sex or saving them. Time's up now.
Women will always seek chaos, so you have to put them down. If you don't put women down, they get bored. They start to think they have power and authority and always fuck it up because they have this tendency, this craving for emotional volatility. And if you don't give it to them, they will make it in a very toxic way. So the healthiest way to do this is to slam them.
We are not interested in slamming them. We are simply walking away. Let them melt down and put everything into chaos for themselves. We want peace, stability, and predictability. If the cost of peace is lack of sex, we choose to stay celibate.
In general, good men are steady and consistent and predictable. It's why, as women, we think you're boring. As women, in general, we like chaos and drama and disruption of routine. That's what makes us feel alive and engaged in life, because we want to do what we want to do. Structure holds us accountable, and we don't want accountability, so we want to do what we want to do when we want to do it and thrive on that instability, because again, it makes us feel engaged and alive. Ergo, why we are attracted to bad boys, because they're chaotic and we think that's exciting and it adds drama and passion to our lives.
Do you now see it? This is what we have been dealing with for decades now. They know it, and they deliberately keep doing it. We created peaceful homes. They brought chaos. We want homes and children. They want to sell their bodies for $5 a month. We just can't do it.
A female narcissist is obsessed with wanting to appear good instead of actually being good. She will cause so much destruction and chaos in your life, then act like the victim publicly to circumstances and repercussions that she's created. Don't let that go over your head.
They ruined the dating scene for wanting to look good. They ruined marriage, tradition, and morals, and what is looking good to them, living a fake lifestyle that's funded by men who she sold her body to for $5. Think about that.
Serious question for my mans out there. Why are you guys not approaching women? What is that about? What is that about? I have seen so many hot guys lately, and we make eyes, we exchange the look, we have the look, and then there's nothing else. I'm like, are you gonna come approach me? Hello, I don't want to be the one to approach you, okay? Because that's not my man's. My man's has, you know, the balls that he has, and he's not afraid to come up to me and say something, say hello. So if you're a man out there, you know, you guys have balls for a reason. Use them. And don't be afraid to approach women, because we don't want to do that, you know? This is just a pro tip, okay? Chime in.
We are not afraid. We are prioritizing peace and health. We want to protect ourselves from your past hoe phase and potential infections. The risk is no longer worth the effort. We stay away and we will be healthy, safe, peaceful and pure. Not even offering sex will bring us back. That's where we are, and that's where we end it. Share this video with a man to open his eyes too. Remember to subscribe and activate the notifications bell to stay updated. Give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.